Uncle Timmy told you it was a seller's market and you better not buy a house or else you'll lose your butt. But, is he right or talking out of his butt? Hey everybody, I'm Dave Taylor with Edina Realty, and today on House Hike we're going to actually talk about the difference between a seller's market and a buyer's market. Now I tried making these one video, but it ended up being a little convoluted, so this one around we're going to focus on just the buyer's side. We're going to talk about the differences between a seller's market and a buyer's market, and we're going to talk about which one is happening right now in Onalaska, Wisconsin. The answer actually might surprise you. Now, whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced buyer, this video is going to be for you. If you want to check out the seller's video, then just click this little guy right here. Stick with me until the end and I'll share 2 tips for actually buying a house in the market that we're in. Before we go any further though, right now, comment below. Where are you from, and do you think you're in a buyer's market or a seller's market? The type of market that we're in depends clearly on one specific thing: supply and demand. When there is a limited supply, then the demand goes up. When there's a lot of homes on the market, then the demand goes down. Now, in a normal housing market, the actual buyer pool stays relatively the same. Every year we see about the same number of buyers that are actually on the market. Now, there are a few things that will cause a shift in that, such as the stimulus check that just came out, but generally it stays relatively the same. So the biggest factor to whether we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market is actually the number of houses that are on the market. Right now in Onalaska, Wisconsin, homes ranging from about 100 to about 290,000 are actually in really, really high demand. There's very, very few of them on the market. And so that is actually causing Onalaska, Wisconsin to be in a seller's market for the range between 100 and 290. But on the flip side, homes that are actually over that 300,000 mark, 300, 400, 700,000, which we saw a few get sold last month like that, there are actually more houses than there are buyers. And so on that side of the market, it's actually a buyer's market. Right now in Onalaska, Wisconsin, the majority of us are actually looking at that 100 to 290 range. So that's what we're going to focus in on. So let's look back at Uncle Timmy's comment. In a seller's market, if you buy, you might lose your butt. Well, and actually, he's not wrong. There is a high risk of actually getting too excited and that fear of missing out and actually ending up overpaying for a house. Right now, we're seeing homes sell for $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000 over asking price. That said, there are some deals to be found, and here's a few tips and tricks. But first, make sure that you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell, okay? And if you haven't commented yet, comment below. Are you in a buyer's market or seller's market where you're at? And if you guessed right whether your market is in an actual buyer's market or seller's market, give yourself 2 thumbs up down in the comment. Thumb up. Thumb up. You got this. You can do it! All right, ready for those tips? Tip number 1, when you're buying in a seller's market, is hire a realtor. I know. I'm a broken record. I'm always saying get a realtor, get a realtor. But that's the thing. Especially in a seller's market, all the advantages are on the seller side. So you want somebody in your corner fighting for you. And here's why. First, most of you are going to go to Zillow and look for homes on Zillow. Well, guess what? Zillow is outdated. Almost immediately, homes are selling, and Zillow isn't keeping up with what's up to date and what's not. So you might be looking at a dozen houses thinking there's all this stuff on the market, and really, only one is remaining. A realtor can look that up instantly for you and find out which homes are still available in your price range and what you're looking for. Which of course leads us into tip number 2. All right, look where everyone else isn't looking. One of the things that happens in a seller's market is if a house doesn't sell within the first 2-3 weeks, maybe 30 days, people start to wonder, is there something wrong with it? And maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But a situation like this could possibly happen. Hey, a buyer puts in an amazing offer, but they actually weren't pre-approved. And so 30 days after that house was sold, it turns out that they didn't actually have the financing and it has to come back on the market. Well, now it's been on the market 30 days and people are wondering, what's wrong with that house? Maybe it wasn't the house. Maybe it was the buyer, right? There are a ton of great deals out there where you can look greater than 30, 60, 90 days and find a home that no one else is looking at. All right, bonus tip. Do not get emotional, especially if you put in 1, 2, 5, 10 offers and you're just not getting it. It's okay. Breathe. There are plenty of houses out there, and when you team up with a great realtor, we will find you one. It just might take a little bit of time. But don't immediately go into the next house that you kind of sort of like and put $50,000 over asking price, okay? You will just end up being upset about that house for years to come. When we're talking about the greatest investment of your life, hey, it's okay if it takes a little bit longer, okay? Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. Make sure that you like and share this one with a friend.